I'm Grace Torrey, and you're listening to That Girl the Podcast. Grab a beverage of choice and settle in, because the new episode is starting now. Hey guys, what is up? It's your girl, Grace Torrey, and I am back with a whole new podcast episode. I'm really excited about this episode because these habits are what helped me manifest my brand new Bronco, as well as Taylor Swift Eras Tour tickets. I literally credit it to this. So if you're interested in hearing that, definitely stick around because it's gonna be a fun episode. I'm really excited to just chat about lucky girl syndrome, how I've incorporated it into my daily life, and all the things that come with that. Before I jump in, of course, we have to do a life update, so nothing too crazy, nothing too much of a long introduction, but as you can see, if you're watching on any of the platforms this is available for video, I did get a haircut. Wow, so cool, awesome. Yeah, I'm getting it dyed on Saturday, so next time you see me, it will be a different color. I will be posting it on TikTok and Instagram, so if you are interested in seeing the transformation, I'm at That Girl the Pod on both of those if you want to follow along. Other life updates, as you probably saw if you were following me on Instagram, I have been going to the gym a lot more. I'm really excited about it. I don't notice a huge difference physically yet, but I have noticed a difference endurance-wise. Like, I look the same, but endurance-wise, I have a lot more endurance. I've noticed when I actually go to the gym, I'm able to do more every single time. So I'm really loving it. I was gonna go tonight, but I just don't think I have time. Another life update is that we're having a garage sale on Saturday. I think I might have mentioned that we're having one a couple weeks ago, but it's been raining a lot, so this weekend it's supposed to be sunny, so we're gonna do one this weekend. I'm really excited for that. I had so much stuff I need to sell, so if you're in the Lexington area, definitely reach out if you're interested, but we're gonna have furniture, clothes. I think Josh has a couple guitars, home decor. I am just cleaning house. Like, I am a huge believer that things hold energy, and there's a lot of things that I still have that hold previous energy that I no longer wish to have in my life. So I'm really, really excited, especially for clothes, to just clean so much of that out, and I can actually see what I need and not just like have a full closet of things that I don't even wear, because I swear I have some clothes from middle school, and I'm not even kidding, because I haven't really grown that much since then, or I got stuff that was way too big for me then, so it fits now. And yeah, I'm just really excited for this new chapter. I'm literally looking at this like a reset, and then dyeing my hair is going to be a huge reset. It's just going to be such a good weekend. I am changing so much up, and I'm really excited for it. I think that's it for life updates. Really nothing too crazy. A lot of changes, but nothing really has happened yet. Obviously, I'm still working on a lot of stuff behind the scenes, but again, can't tell you about any of it yet, so we're just gonna go ahead and jump on in. If you did not see the title, we are going to be talking about how to be delusional in my lucky girl syndrome routine. So how I live my best delusional life. Yes, I'm a Cancer moon, so that helps. Little horoscope joke there if you're into that. But let's go ahead and get into it. We all want to have lucky girl syndrome, but there's one key to doing that. And as we have mentioned literally 2 seconds ago, and you have probably seen plastered everywhere, the key to this is just being delusional. There's no limit to the delusion. However, this is really, really hard to do when your environment is constantly reminding you that your reality is a certain way that's different than what your delusions are, and it just doesn't like match, and it makes it hard for you to convince your subconscious, which is really what you're doing at the end of the day, is you're convincing your subconscious that the delusions are your reality, and then that's switching the energy, which is switching your reality, because your reality has to match your energy. If that makes any sense. I actually made a episode a while back about lucky girl syndrome and how it scientifically works. So if you're interested, that is on my YouTube, on my Spotify, all the things. You can definitely scroll and find it. It was a little bit ago, right when Lucky Girl Syndrome came out, but it is a really good episode. I highly recommend listening to it if you aren't sure of how like the science behind it works and what actually works with it. But today we're going to be talking about how to apply it, or more importantly, how to change your life so that it is more applicable. So having this routine makes being delusional and having lucky girl syndrome a lot easier. It makes it come more naturally, and it's just more fun. Like, I have way more fun doing this than living my realist, pessimistic lifestyle that I have been known to live previously and still fall into sometimes. So let's get into it. By the way, this isn't going to be like a every single thing I do routine. This is just going to be habits. I have like a list of habits, so let's go through that. It's not in a specific order. Do this whenever you want, however many times you want, but these are habits I have. So the first one is really fun. It's not meant to be too serious. The key to all of this is not taking it too seriously, not obsessing over it, just vibing. A fun thing that I like to do is shop for what I want. So that can be anything from going on Zillow and looking for a house to going on Ford and designing my Bronco before I got it. But now it's also things like going on Etsy. I did this too before I got the Bronco, but going on Etsy and making collections of like favorite items and how I'm gonna decorate the Bronco, like the interior of it, because I'm a big interior design girl. Also shopping for things for my dream house. Say that my thing I wanted to manifest was a horse, maybe shopping for things for that new horse, because you have in your mind the exact size you want, the breed you want. I'm sure you have all those things in your mind, so you can shop for that specifically. Don't click send, but you can save the cart, you can save the collections, you can create a shopping list on your notes. This is just a fun thing to do, because if you have lucky girl syndrome, you believe that you're lucky and all of these things are going to come to you, so you might as well be prepared and have that shopping cart ready. The next thing is so simple, but I wasn't doing it before, and if nothing else, it's just more fun, and that's plan time for daydreaming. Just take time out of your day to just sit and daydream. I'm a huge daydreamer. It's a big part of my life. I love doing it. I fall asleep doing it. But I realized I got so caught up in the hustle and bustle of everyday life that I wasn't leaving room to imagine and create and just sit and daydream about the things I want. So when I created time to do this, usually it's like at night, it's a little bit quieter, and I can just sit there and think about what exactly is my dream house gonna look like, what exactly is my dream job, what exactly, like for example, Josh and I are not engaged. It's not like we plan on getting engaged tomorrow. Like, if it happens, it happens, but I'm like not really pressed about it, but it's fun for me to daydream about it. I think any girl for the most part can relate that like daydreaming about your wedding and your engagement and things like that are really just like a fun, calming thing. So I sit there and I daydream about our engagement. What is it gonna look like? What is gonna be there? Where is it gonna be? Just like little things like that. I just love to daydream about my future, and in my head I'm thinking about what does the luckiest version of me have, and I'm daydreaming about that. And your feelings are what really switches the energy the most, in my opinion. The feelings that you emit are what is going to signal your brain or your neurotransmitters as well as your energy to like create that new reality. So I daydream because it makes me feel really good. It makes me excited. It makes me happy, and my brain can like tell. So scientifically, it makes a difference. The next thing is kind of what I already mentioned, but I really want to dive into it, and that is don't take everything so seriously and literal. Like when I say go shopping, I don't mean you have to go spend $3,000 on this and then put it in your closet until it eventually happens. I mean just like go shopping online. I even test drove Broncos before I got one. I test drove a Bronco on the day. Literally on the day, a year before I got my Bronco. Isn't that crazy? Not planned at all. I did have a little bit of a leg up because Josh works at a Ford dealership, so it's like I could be picking him up from work one day and just test drive one. Like, I didn't have to really go out of my way that much, but I probably would have still done it regardless of if he worked there or not. And that's what I mean, like, have fun with it, and not just shopping, like everyday life. One thing that I think about, because as you know, I have really, really, really severe anxiety, depression, OCD, the list goes on. So it's hard for me to naturally be optimistic and excited and calm. But one thing I've been telling myself that really, really just takes the pressure off is life is just a game. And would you get upset over a game? Would you really let a game stress you out? If you're a gamer, maybe, but for me, I'm not personally a gamer. I'm competitive, but not in that sense. I'm not competitive about things that don't have a huge impact on my life. So if I'm just playing checkers with someone, it's not the end of the world if I lose. So I don't get that stressed about it. And I look at life like a game. It's a fun little game. You know, like, it's just meant to be fun. It's meant to be an experience that you learn from. And what better way to learn patience and kindness and calmness and tranquility and all the beautiful things than to just not take it that seriously. Like, getting emotional and upset about reality goes against your delusions 110%. I bet you that your lucky version of yourself is not getting upset when things don't go her way, because everything goes her way. So you want to act like the luckiest version of yourself so you're not getting upset. A way for me to do that is, like I mentioned, to not take things that seriously. So if something goes wrong, just be like, oh well. Life's just a game. We're pivoting. We're switching paths. Oh well. And for the little things in life, this really has made a huge difference for me. Like, I was sitting at work today and I was so stressed I was about to cry. And I literally just thought to myself, it's just like work. Like, it's not meant to be that deep. I'm not like a doctor. I'm not saving anyone's life. I literally work in a corporate job. It's not that deep. What is there possibly to be stressed about? Literally nothing. Like I mentioned, I'm not doing life-saving stuff here. I'm just like working a corporate job in customer service. So if I need to take 5 minutes to take a breather, no one's gonna die. The world's not gonna end. No one's gonna hate me. I'm okay. And that really just changed everything. Like, in my personal life, I don't really think there's anything major that I need to be stressed about. Like, even major things, I think that I can just kind of say, well, life's a game and whatever is meant to come my way is going to come my way. Like, I personally believe in God and I trust that He's going to put things in my path that are meant for me. So I really don't need to stress that much. I don't personally have anything crazy going on at this point in time, knock on wood, that needs to really impact my anxiety and stress levels. So from that point of view, I'm looking at everything like it's a game, it's fun, it's not meant to be serious, it's not meant to be hard, it's just vibes. So that's a huge mindset that changed everything for me. Like I already mentioned, you need to be reacting to situations like you are the luckiest girl in the world. That is another game changer. So react to situations like you have what you want already. So say something doesn't go your way. Say you get a flat tire. You're on the side of the road with a flat tire. Obviously, do what needs to be done. Call a friend. Don't be out there alone. Do what makes you feel safe. Do the safest thing. Make sure you're getting your things done. But panicking doesn't really fix anything. So instead of panicking, think about this like that detour, that life obstacle happened because something great is gonna change. Like, for example, you don't have to really pick anything specific, but in my head, I would think this because I would say, oh, Josh is gonna pick me up and he's gonna take me on the most beautiful dinner and I'm gonna find $1 million and it's gonna be great. It doesn't have to be that extravagant, but that's just an example. Or you don't have to pick anything at all. You can just think like, oh, this was meant to happen because I'm the luckiest girl in the world and lucky things happen for me. So I'm gonna have something amazing come out of this. That is another way to look at it. Like, seriously, just think about it like everything happens in your favor and everything happens for the best for you, and you are getting the luckiest possible outcome out of the situation. Don't let it deter you. Don't let it discourage you. Don't let it make you feel like something bad is happening because you deserve it. Don't let it bring you down, because genuinely that is just going to push your mindset and your reality further away from becoming lucky. So stay lucky. Don't break character. That's another thing. That's another way to look at it. It's like you're playing a character. Like, this is a fun game. You're playing a character, and definitely don't like distinguish yourself from that girl, because you need to see yourself as one. But for me, when I personally don't feel that way, I'm just like, you know what? let's just pretend. Let's just pretend I'm the luckiest girl in the world. What would I say? And for me, that's enough to make me feel better about it. So, like I mentioned earlier, don't get obsessed with affirming and the delusions. Just keep it light and fun. Let it go if you need to. Take a break if you need to. Don't get obsessive, because when you get obsessive, you emit this desperate energy and you're just pushing it farther away. So keep it light and fun. Don't get super obsessive about it. Another habit is to meditate in a way that works for you. So meditating, I believe, is not meant to be done one specific way. You can meditate in so many different ways. I think that people definitely use meditating for different reasons and they want to get different results out of it. But for me personally, I use it to clear my head and to be able to focus on different things. Oh, my mom's calling me. Okay, sorry you guys, it's probably only been like a millisecond for you, but my mom called, had to talk to her. It's been like 45 minutes and now I'm a little off track. But I was talking about meditating, right? So I think I already mentioned this, but meditating is kind of whatever you want it to be. Of course, there's like a legit definition, but for me, I use it to calm myself, to train myself mentally to be able to focus on one thing and have a little bit more mental discipline, and to manifest and daydream and things like that. So I see meditating as anything that allows you to kind of think, like have honest conversations internally. So like yesterday I was on the treadmill, or not yesterday, Monday I was on the treadmill, and I realized that I had been really just thinking things through the entire time I was on the treadmill. And I was like, wait a minute, I'm meditating. Like my mind is focusing on one thing and I'm kind of thinking it through. And of course there's different types of meditation. There's meditation where you try to think of nothing. There's meditation where you focus on one thing. There's meditation where you clear your head. Like there's all different kinds. But in that moment, I hadn't allowed myself the space or time to just think on one thing consistently without trying to distract myself with music or TV or whatever in such a long time, that I literally like was so, I don't know, I just was really proud of myself, but I was also kind of relieved that I had given myself the space to do that because I needed to. So that's one way. Another way I like to do it is listening to meditations, obviously, just laying down at night. Other ways are drawing, walking in nature, things like that. The traditional way of meditating. Just making sure to take time to meditate daily is so important. It could be for 2 minutes, it could be for 20 minutes. It doesn't have to have a set amount of rules. Just giving yourself the space to mentally unload and make sure that you check in with yourself is so important. There's one final habit I want to share with you guys, and that is stop surrounding yourself with people who don't believe in you. If they don't think you're capable of being lucky or reaching that ideal dream version of yourself, then they're not really there for you or supportive of you. Like, I have family or friends or whatever who just don't get it, and that's fine. They don't have to understand, they don't have to get it, but to outwardly shame you or say that you're not capable of doing something or anything like that is just not okay. And so you need to really evaluate if they're meant to be in your life. And I'm not saying to cut people out of your life entirely, but what I am saying is maybe don't keep people as close to you or give them as much access to you or go to them for advice if they aren't truly wanting what's best for you or are on the same page as you when it comes to what you want for yourself. So that is it for this Wednesday's episode. I hope you guys truly enjoyed it. If you want to talk about this more, have any questions, want to share your experiences, can you guys hear my bunny in the background? He is just digging around in his tunnel. So sorry. But if you want to share anything, definitely DM me on Instagram at thatgirlthepod. Definitely hit up my TikTok at thatgirlthepod too. It's been so much fun. I've been on there a lot more. If you want more of like my unhinged vibe, go there. If you want more of the aesthetic vibe, go to Instagram. If you want a little mix of both, go ahead and hit them both up. It's always a good time. But I love you guys so, so much. I upload every single Wednesday and Sunday. If you're watching this on a Wednesday night, I hope you have a great night. If you're watching this on any other day, I hope you have a great morning, afternoon, or night. I love you so, so much. Don't forget to join a community of girlies working to become the best version of ourselves. You can do that by hitting follow or connect or whatever the option is on whatever platform you are listening on right now. But I will see you in my next podcast episode. Bye guys. Love you.